What do I say when my kids are struggling with sexual issues? Well, when your kids are in pain, it really tugs at your heart. And then we have this area that's so delicate. So there's a lot of emotion stirred up in this. Now, I want to give you some great resources to help you through this process. So please make sure you stay until the end. Okay, what is our question of the day? What do I say when my kids are struggling with sexual issues? I'm going to unpack 3 issues that they might be going through. These are some things for you to consider first so that you can guide your child, your teenager as they're processing. So the first issue is when they come to you and they say, I messed up. I messed up. Now, I hope that you have a lot of grace and empathy, because for them to just come forward is saying a lot about their conviction to make things right. Also, a lot about how much they trust you. So even though it's a tough call, it's a good sign that they want to work things out with you. And just encourage them that God can bring restoration, that there is grace for every area of their life, that they can start new. And they don't have to carry that with them in everything that they do. What is another issue your kids might be struggling with? Well, their boyfriend or their girlfriend wants to do more sexually than they do. And the first thing that comes to mind here is boundaries. And if your student is dating, your child is old enough and they're dating, then they are the ones that will be managing their boundaries, because you're not out there on the couch at midnight with someone, right? They have to know, what am I going to do? And they have to think about it before they are in that situation. So figuring out, what am I okay with? Figuring out, how am I going to maintain this? Because you have to reinforce your own boundary. You're deciding for yourself, not for your boyfriend or girlfriend. And it could ultimately be the end of the relationship, which of course would be difficult for them. But hey, if they've got you as a parent walking alongside them, then that is going to help so much. And then the third issue that they might be encountering is that thought of, well, how far is too far? Now, listen, right from the get-go, I challenge families that is quite possibly the wrong question to be asking. If you are a Christian, if you want to be pleasing God, if you want His blessings now and for all of your relationships here to come, then it would be, how close to God is too close? And there's not. So we want to be guiding them for wisdom so that they can get a clear goal and have a heart check, have a check on their motivation. So some deep conversation that needs to have there, but absolutely. It will be a win-win-win for them, for their future spouse, for their future family, if they can make some of those decisions now. And listen, as a relationship coach and a Christian sex educator, I get asked a lot of questions. We're in the Ask Mary series for these hot seat questions from my audience. If you have a question to unpack, just put it in the comments and we will get to that. And I also suggested some resources. So the first one I want to tell you about are the books. Why can't I talk to him about sex? Why can't I talk to her about sex? And that will help you to articulate maybe some of your values that will be passed down to your kids. So there's an Amazon link in the description for that. But if you want something immediate to help you as a parent to process as you are walking with your child through this, then I have a quiz, what's your intimacy type? And that will unpack, how you see and value emotional connection and sexual intimacy. So I will put that link for you in the description also. Thanks so much for joining me today. And remember, God's design for a thriving marriage is an intimate connection in spirit, soul, and body.